at you with a beer review. The 2021 Super Bowl starts in about 12 minutes, so that leaves just enough time for a beer review. And I've got a fun little one to drink along with the game, if it lasts to even opening. Here it is. It's called Graveyard of the Pacific. Graveyard of the Pacific. This is an Imperial Red Ale, and at 65 IBUs at 10.4% ABV, this may be a little bit on the edge of what you might call an Imperial India Red Ale, but it looks like it could be a real fun beer. I love the sound of this one. North Jetty Brewing, and they're out of Seaview, Washington. Now, Seaview, Washington is right along the Washington coast, which is pretty far from Seattle and all those things. It's a pretty quiet area. And you go over a bridge from Oregon at Astoria, and it's just up a little way. So, fun place. I might have to go visit that. That just sounds great. And this looks like a fun beer. Now, when they're calling it the Graveyard of Pacific, what they're referring to is actually the area from Tillamook Bay in Oregon all the way up to about Vancouver Island above Washington, where there's about 2,000 ships that have gone down. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this one cracked open. Let's get a pour going. Oh yeah, I can already see some of those red colors, some amber and red hues coming up. All right, well, that's kind of murky, but it definitely has some red hues. Boy, just these really orangey red hues. Look at that. Look at that head. Look at that color. That's fun. I mean, you can see the orange right in the head color. That's awesome. All right, it may be too cold because I pulled it straight out of the fridge, but I can tell right now there's going to be a nice malty character to this. I feel like I'm getting like some caramel character. I don't know what to call that, like fall leafy color that you get. You do get it in some beers, and it has some of that type of a quality. And that's probably a little bit of fruits, you know. I wouldn't say apricot per se, but like some dark fruits in there. And I'm also getting like maybe some sugar or honey type qualities coming off it as well. Yeah, it smells good. It smells very inviting. I'm going to go ahead and jump on in. I don't want to miss the game. Here we go. Cheers. Oh, that's really fun. I kind of had a feeling, though, it might have been old. It's 12/8, December 8th of 2020, and we are now at the beginning of February because we're going into the game here. So it has some age on it, about 2 months roughly. And at 65 IBUs, I'm getting a lot of hop character, which is just great. And I can tell some of it's just starting to move towards those tea-type qualities. But nonetheless, it's really wonderful. It just has a beautiful malty character, and then that red kind of qualities coming off of that type of malt, which gives you that earthy fall feeling, like I said, like the leaves. And with the hops having a little bit of that tea quality, it even takes me even more into fall, even though we're kind of at the end of winter at the moment. This is a beautiful beer. Has, like I said before, in the nose, got some caramel quality. It almost has like some sugars, like I can't say the one starts with an M, or Demerara, or that type of a sugar quality on it. Maybe a hint of some toffee quality as well. These hop characters are just wonderful on this. Fresh, I'm sure this would have been really just shooting off on you. Really more like an Imperial India Red Ale, but nevertheless, and there's a beautiful sweetness because it does have a lot of sugars that have been retained, even though it's all the way up at 10.4%. This is a fun beer. I get a lot more in the quality. Rather than citrus, I'm picking up some apricot type things. You might get a hint of some lemon, but I'm getting more like some apricot and other dark fruits kind of muddled in there. But it's a fun beer because the malty character on this is just really wonderful. And there's not one hint that this is 10.4%. I mean, if I had to guess, I would have said that it was maybe 7 to 8%. So this one could catch up with you quick, which is one of my favorite styles of beer. Wow, if you can make your way out to the Washington coast, and I might have to do a field trip that way, I would say you really want to stop off. And I heard that they've got a really wonderful barley wine too, and a number of other beers. They also have 4 taps that they keep on generally that rotate through other local breweries from Washington State and sometimes Oregon. This is going to be a fun one to enjoy for the game. How would I rate this one? Imperial Red Ales. I've had some really good Imperial Red Ales, but nonetheless, I have to rate this really well, that it's held up this well. It tastes so good after 2 months with so much hop quality on it. I'm just super digging on it. So for an Imperial Red Ale, I'm giving this a 93. It's just a wonderful beer. Overall, I'm not going to rank it quite as high. It's really a really good beer, very good beer. I'm going to give this an 89. I'm just really liking it a lot. Here it is again. We'll try to give you a little bit more of the view. You got your ship there, and so then you can see the name on the side of the beer. And there you go. There's the brewery. On the other side, let's see, you might get a little bit of trim, some information. You got a lighthouse. I love this kind of stuff. I love the graphics on it. This is a great little beer. It's North Jetty Brewing. It's Graveyard of Pacific. This is Kevin Clements Sober saying life's too short to drink cheap beer. And I'll see you on the next beer review.